Hi everybody, here with another project share for you. It has been so nice to be able to have some time to get caught up on some projects. This is a project that I actually started about 8 months ago, at least, with a specific person in mind. And I got the finishes on it, the paint finishes. Did that and then just couldn't figure out what direction I wanted to go with it because I knew who I was making it for, but I just wasn't getting the vision yet. So it sat around just staring at me, waiting for me to do something with it. And a couple weeks ago, it finally hit me. So I went at it and got it done. Thank goodness. And this is for Kim Reed. Kim had sent me a wonderful surprise birthday rack last year. Thank you, Kim. The box that she made me was amazing. And I've been wanting to make this for her and finally got it figured out. So Kim, I hope you love it. She'll have it by now. And I call this Time Machine. So I had this clock, and the first thing I did was just rust it. I actually had a two-part rusting kit that I had gotten from a yard sale, and I used it and I was surprised that it still worked, which was awesome. And I even used it on this lace, so I thought that came out really cool. This part of the rim is a little bit different because in my enthusiasm to possibly try to get some texture on the side of it, I did try to use a little bit of modeling paste with the stencil and it was horrific. So I had to wipe off as much as I could, but of course it was still a white color, so I was like, well, that's no good. So I ended up mixing up some brown paint, some black paint, and a little bit of the rusty paper that I had gotten from More Art from the Heart. Blended those together and painted around, and I'm really happy with how that does still look rusty. And then to bring in a little bit of the red tone from the rusty paper, I did just do little swipes around the lace also, just to tie it in together. And then on the front of the clock, I had gotten from an estate sale a box of vintage and antique clock parts. So, and I've been hoarding them. Just waiting for a really special project to use. I have shared a few of the pieces, but I used several of them on here. Watch face, some cogs and gears. This was a small clock face, and I glued these larger clock hands to it. This was the back of the back side of a watch, and I glued this piece on. This piece here, this wheel actually still turns, which I think is pretty cool. And some more gears, and I'm not sure what this part was for, but I thought it was cool and fit in there well. And I used some Wild Orchid Craft vintage color open roses on the top. The color tied in really, really well. And I had this antique pair of glasses that only had one lens. So this lens was wide open, so I stuck in another clock piece and then attached this part to it, so it's very dimensional. And then just attached it to the handle of the clock. So I was really, really happy with how that came out. And then I didn't want to just leave the back plain, so I had to have a little bit of fun with that also. So I took the face of the clock and attached it to the back of the clock. And then this is another, big piece from the inside of a clock that I stuck on there. It does still have some of the gears in there. They do turn. I don't know if you're going to be able to see or not, but they turn, which is pretty cool. And with the lace, I just coffee dyed it, instant coffee. Real happy with the color, how that came out. And then on the inside, I printed a picture of an English garden, which is in the very back. And then I printed another copy of it and cut out the water fountain. And I don't know if you're going to be able to tell or not, but I did use a little bit of glamour dust on the water parts of the fountain to give them some shimmer. Around the inside of the rim, I went all the way around with some shabby rosette trim that I had gotten from One Little Dreamer, and that was an ivory color. I mixed a little bit of the Tim Holtz Distress Stain in the Victorian Velvet. Put a little bit of that in a spray bottle with some rubbing alcohol and sprayed it to give it a little bit of a pink tone. And again, more Wild Orchid Craft flowers in there. And the couple is strolling through the English garden. They are, I made little, from just pieces of cardboard, little tabs. So you can see they're actually standing away from the actual background picture. And I colored her dress with the Victorian Velvet Distress Marker. And you all know that I can't make anything like this without turning it into a light. It's just what I do. I just think it's so much fun. But here it is, with the light shining on the garden. So Kim, I hope you like this. I really had so much fun doing it for you. I love the combination of the romantic and the steampunk and the pinks and the rusts. You were definitely on my mind while I was working on it. I hope you're happy with it. And gosh, I mean, sometimes it's really hard to give up things that I make, and this is going to be one of them. But I do, when I make something with somebody in mind, it has to go to them. I mean, I have very, very little of projects that I've actually made that I've kept for myself. I guess because I have so little time in general to craft, period, that if I have time to make something, it's because I want to make it for somebody. So I guess someday I'll be able to make some fun things for myself. But yeah, I'll always have the photographs and the video to look back on if I need to. One thing that I did do too, I just very lightly dusted the flowers with some glamour dust, just so that when the light's on, it catches the sparkle. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that or not. I can't tell from here. And the light is just one of the little submersible twist lights. And I did drill a hole in the top of the clock for that to go into. And it fits just right. Hooray! Okay, well, thank you all so much for watching. Appreciate you spending a little time with me today. Appreciate your comments, and I will hopefully see you soon. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.